guys, I am back finally after not uploading since late December. Sorry about that guys, but I do have some good news. I am actually going to start uploading more regularly, touch wood, because I've actually planned a bunch of videos. Well, I say a bunch, I say about 5, and I've got the plan for this video, this current video, in front of me, leaning against the tripod. Then I have the plans of some future videos there. I hope you all enjoy this content. I'm kind of trying to make it more about stuff that I personally enjoy, as you probably can see from the title of this video. But I hope you do enjoy this content, and if you don't have to watch it. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, let's get started with the video. So I'm actually going to a concert in March, and that is a 21 Pilots concert. And I've recently been watching a lot of concert tips and concert essentials videos, and I thought I'm gonna make one myself because I have been to 2 concerts, so these tips, you know, take with a pinch of salt if you don't trust my opinion, which is perfectly understandable, I know. I will be leaving links in the description to the videos that I've watched that have sort of inspired this video, so make sure you check them out if you want a more sort of professional opinion, I guess, but do watch them, they're really good videos. I'm also going to because this video is going to be a tips and essentials part, so if you already know all the tips that you need to know, I'm going to leave the essentials timings on this side, and then if you know what you're going to take to the concert, make sure you can skip to this time to check out the tips, and yeah. Let's get on with it. So my first tip is to check up on the age restrictions on the venue before you buy your tickets. This is important so that you get the right ticket. I know in the arena I'm going to, there's age restrictions in the standing area, and if you are under the age limit of that area, they will not let you in and you will not get to go in the seated seats if you haven't got a seated ticket. So make sure, check age restrictions and get the right ticket so you avoid disappointment. My second tip is to check the average temperatures for the time of your concert and then dress accordingly. So for me, my concert is in March, early March, which means it's like beginning sort of a springtime in Britain. So I would try, if you're in an area like me and it's like in spring where it's like it's not really warm but it's also not really cold, wear some form of layers so that if you do get cold you can remain warm, but also make sure they're easy to take off so that you know, if it gets really hot outside, and if once it gets really hot inside in the venue, you can get out of it so you don't sweat and pass out. Linking to that, if your concert is in the summer, wear like thin sort of clothing that's lightweight, so that you don't get really sweaty while you're outside. And also, I mean, you're going to sweat anyway inside because you're jumping up and down, you're surrounded by tons of people, and that's going to make it very hot, so your body is going to sweat. Wear thin clothes so that you are both comfortable outside and as comfortable as you can be inside. And if it's cold outside, so if it's like my first concert and it was in January where it gets really cold in the UK, wear like layers, but once again make sure they're easy to take off and stuff like that, so once you get inside you can pick them off and you do not over. My third tip is to try and figure out transport, hotels, flights way in advance, literally as soon as you get the tickets, because it will both relieve stress, and also especially with train tickets and plane tickets and hotels, you can save money. And also with hotels, it's like if you wait a bit, you have a very high chance of the hotel being taken up. So just organise everything in advance, sort out transport, hotels, trains, flights in advance, so you both save money and so you have peace of mind and so you avoid not being able to get to those areas. My fourth tip is that if you're going in the general admission area or the GA area, which is also known as the standing area, try and get to the concert venue as early as possible because it will give you the best chance of getting the best sort of view. Although in most concerts, especially if they're big venues, you'll get a good view either way, but if you want to get near the front, get there as early as possible. However, if you are unseated, you don't really need to worry about like getting there really early because you have assigned seats. Unless it's unassigned seating, then you need to be there as quickly as you can to try and get the best seats. But if you are in assigned seats, then you can relax, chill, because you have your seats and it's not first come first serve. Fifth tip is to drink water. For God's sakes, drink water both before and during the concert if you can. Now most venues don't allow you to take a water bottle in, but they do offer water in there. If you're lucky they offer free water, if not you'll have to buy a water bottle, and it can get a bit expensive. It can be like £5 for a water bottle, but for God's sakes, get it if you get it. I don't care if you want to get money for merch, because you will probably not enjoy getting merch if you pass out in the middle of the concert. Drink water both before so that you're hydrated, and drink it during so that you can, you know, enjoy the concert and be there for the entire time. Don't feel bad if you do pass out in the middle of a concert, that is not your fault. My sixth tip is to make friends in line. This is really useful if you are going to be waiting in line for a long time. It just passes the time, and concert friends can be some of the best friends you ever made. When I went to my second concert, I was in the line for a lot longer of time than I was for my first concert, and I made a lot of friends, and I'm still in a group chat with them, and I still talk. I've actually met up again with one of them, and I love it. I love concert friends, are the best, and it's even more fun if you can like meet people in line that are going to the same concert as you, because that makes the experience even more cool, I find, or I think I will find, because I've got some friends that I'm meeting up with hopefully at the concert. I'm very excited. So my seventh tip, this kind of links to the first one in terms of restrictions and stuff like that, is check out bag restrictions, because it means that you are not worrying about whether or not your bag can be taken in. If you can, try not to take a bag, because that means you get into the venue quicker and it's a lot less stress. This mainly more applies if you're in general admission and you want to get as quickly as possible. Try and keep everything in your pockets. But if you are going to take a bag, try and take a small bag. Some venues, like most venues, the biggest they will allow is about an A4 size bag, so like a little handbag or a little backpack should be absolutely fine. But once again, check the venue before you go. Eighth tip is once you're inside the venue, be aware of others and be kind of considerate. What I mean by this is, yes, don't be afraid to push people around. However, if there is someone shorter than you and they can't see, be considerate and let them go in front of you. I know you may have waited hours for this, but I'm sure you want a good experience as they do, and them being in front of you, like one person being in front of you, is not going to affect your view massively, I promise. And linking to being considerate, if you see someone who is not feeling well or needs help, help them. If they need to get out of the pit, call for security, get them out of the pit, because if they faint in the middle of the pit, it may not be good for them, because people might be distracted. It sounds kind of horrible, but people will be distracted by whatever's happening, unless it's like in between like the acts, but they will be distracted and you don't want anyone to get hurt. So please be considerate of other people and look out for other people, as I'm sure if you look out for them, they'll look out for you. The ninth tip is don't film all of the concert. Take a few videos and take a few pictures, or take a lot of pictures, but try not to be on your phone all the time, because I did that in my first concert. I was on my phone pretty much the entire thing, and then for my second concert I only took like 5 videos I think, or 5 or 6, and I took some photos and then screenshotted like photos from my videos, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed both concerts, but I certainly remember my second concert more because of the fact I filmed less of it and took a few pictures, and I certainly enjoyed it a lot more. My biggest tip, if you want to if you want to film a lot of stuff, I'd film like your favourite songs, or like pick 2 favourite songs, or like 2 or 3 favourite songs that you really want to film, and then film the beginning or end parts of each song. That will like help. It's like, it doesn't, you're still living in the moment, but you still have those points where you can remember and stuff like that. My 10th tip is that if you are able to meet the opening acts, meet them and like say you are really good, or compliment them if you think they're good. If you don't think they were good, you don't have to compliment them. But both acts, both times I've been to a concert, I've met the opening band and they've been really sweet, and I've gotten some really good pictures with them, and they're usually quite sweet, and the way their faces light up when you tell them, oh, that like you say, oh, that was a really good show, thank you. It's very nice, and you know, be nice to people, you know, because they've performed in front of people who don't really know them, and that must be terrifying. So please, if you want to and if you can, meet the opening bands. They are usually quite nice and it is usually quite good fun. So this is like a kind of after concert trip, but after you get out, try and drink if you haven't drunk for a while, which should be, but even if you have drunk recently, try and drink afterwards so that you kind of avoid a crash after the concert. I know for me, in both concerts, I was very hyped up on adrenaline after I came out, and then as I started coming down, it was kind of like my body, I felt really exhausted. But both concerts I drank water and had a little snack afterwards. If you don't have to have the snack if you can't stomach it, but drink water because it rehydrates you. You've just sweated a lot and you need to keep yourself hydrated. And now onto the concert essentials. So, the number one most important thing to have with you at a concert is your tickets, because obviously if you don't have your tickets, you can't get in. Try and keep them in a safe place and make sure they're also in a secure place so that you don't lose them, because that's not good. Second most important thing, in my opinion, is to also bring your phone. One, so you can take videos and stuff if you want to, and so you can get in contact with people if you need it, because if your parents have taken you, you need to message them when you're done. You'll be like, oh, mum, dad, aunt, uncle, concert's just finished, I will be waiting for you. Another important thing I would bring is a portable charger, because you do not want your phone dying in the middle of the concert, because again, you might be really sad because you can't get videos, and also you'll need some form of contact. You can get really good quality ones from Primark, which are really good. I've actually got, the one I'm showing you is actually one from Juice, which I got for Christmas. This one is quite good, it's quite powerful. Only issue is it does take a while to charge, but I am glad that I do have it so that my phone doesn't die. Another thing I would bring is your wallet or your purse with money inside. Try and bring cash, because venues are much more likely to accept cash than they are card, and that's mainly, you know, and you can also use this money, one, to buy merch, but also to buy stuff after the concert, to get food and stuff like that if you need it, and also to get water. Another thing I would bring, another sort of essential thing I would do, is like bring some form of identification. So if you have your passport or you have like your ID card and stuff like that, bring that, because just in case you don't look old enough to be in the venue, to the security you can be like, yeah, I'm old enough. And another essential that I would bring is water. Obviously you may not be able to take this inside of the venue, but bring water so that, once again, you're not hydrated throughout the day and throughout while you're waiting. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I will leave links to the videos that inspired me down in the description below, and I am so glad to be back, and I am so happy and so excited to start producing more videos that I really like. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye!